So one of the best audio effects plugins just got better. If you don't know which one I'm talking about the Lunacy Audio's Beam. So in today's video, we're going to be revisiting Beam and checking out their brand new add-on called Time. Time is a shape shifting effect for Beam. It is currently on intro price for $29 from $49. So you'll already need the Beam plugin, and then this is just a $29 add-on for the Beam plugin. Time is a creative time stretcher and buffer shuffler designed exclusively for Beam and features intuitive sequencers and controls for real-time audio manipulation. Create your own tempo synced patterns for speed, position, and pitch using state-of-the-art stretching algorithms. Okay, so let's reading about it. Let's just dive straight into it. Okay, so as you all know, this is Beam, and you'll find the new Time add-on once you purchased it in the add nodes section here. Of course, we have space already, which is kind of like a reverb. You have grains, which is like granular type of stuff. Filter is obviously a filter, and now we have Time as well. What I love about Beam is you can build your own kind of like effect chains, essentially by dragging and dropping wherever you like. Along with the new Time add-on, you have a new global category for it, the presets essentially, called Time Walk. Get a ton of presets included with that. Okay, so here it is on a melody. Nice sounding melody there, nothing particularly wrong with it, but we want to try and spice it up, give a bit of movement using the time effect. As you can hear there, it gives it a really interesting character. So those global presets sound awesome, but if you do want to create something yourself from scratch, you can absolutely do that. Just click into the time node here, and as you can see here, you have the two main dials here, stretch and duration. The stretch dial adjusts the speed either by percentage or percent ratios. So there's the ratios here, or you can get percent. And the duration sets the length of the time sequencer, so you can see how fast it's going there. So let's play that melody again, and we'll just make something from scratch. You can add new sections by clicking this plus signal here. So shuffle view determines which part of the audio buffer plays in each section, with the options to reverse beats. In resample mode, pitch and speed are linked, but texture mode allows independent control of pitch and speed. And you can click here as well to pick different kind of like sequencer presets, I guess. That's really, really cool. It adds so much character, especially if you're using like loops, you haven't made the melodies yourself. This will really change that loop and kind of make it your own in a way. It will make it unique. So here's a fresh one again, and as you can see here, if you click shuffle, you can click here and it actually reverses it, which is pretty cool. It sounds so cool. Move the percentages here as you see me do a bit earlier, but you can also give it kind of like a fade out, like a slope. Okay, so here's a beat that I'd made just with a random melody, added everything to it, but I just want to spice up the actual main melody a little bit, so I'm going to be using this new time feature. Okay, so here's the beat without time. Add some time to it, give it a bit of character. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with this original melody. It sounds fine, but when I add time, it just adds so much more movement and makes it more interesting in my opinion. Here it is again, but with a different beam preset on. So these global presets here in the time warp, these are the time node mixed with the other nodes as well to make the effects. Here's another beat that I made, and I'm going to add the beam effect on here once again to give it a bit of character. Once again, nothing wrong with that whatsoever melody wise, but I think beam and the new time node make it a lot more interesting. I really like that one, that sounds really cool. I like that one as well. You can hear all the kind of like sparkly going on, the granular type of stuff before. Nothing wrong with that, straightforward, but this. Just a lot more interesting in my opinion. So here's a couple of more examples of what the time node can do. So I have a vocal here. Myself from Wonderland. I don't wanna jump into love. This preset here will basically chop it, maybe give you kind of inspiration in how you want to chop the vocal. You'll hear it when I click it. Sounds pretty cool. You can get really inspired by that, maybe make some vocal chops as a consequence of that. Sounds really cool on drums as well. So this is a drum by itself. With time. Sounds pretty cool. You can get really experimental with this. Got a cool tape stop effect here as well. Well, it's good on like drones and pads as well. Obviously drones, pads and that kind of stuff can just be long, drawn out like they're supposed to be. But this can kind of give it a different rhythm if you're looking for it before. Yeah, you can dive right into it. I've not even touched the surface with it. This whole Beam plugin in general is absolutely amazing. Even if you like just flicking through presets, it has a ton of presets, and as you can see, you can dive into each node and get really technical with there as well in the sequencer and whatnot. And that's not even mentioning all of the other great nodes in here as well, which you can play around with. So yeah, if you do want to grab the time add-on for Beam, it is currently on sale at $29 from $49, like an intro sale. You will need the Beam plugin itself to run this. If you was to get Beam right now, you can get it for $59. I think there is a bundle where you can get Beam as well as time. Let's have a look. So as you can see here, $59, you get the grain, space and filter nodes. But with this Beam bundle here for $89, you'll get the grain, space, filter, time, patterns, preset pack. So yeah, time does come in this bundle, and obviously you get the Beam as well as the time node with that one. So yeah, if you do want to dive into that and get really creative, I'll leave it in the description below for everything else. Big shout out to Lunacy Audio for sponsoring today's video. If you do want to check out some more VST plugins, click this video right here. I've been Dixon. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.